Just thought I'd pop in with a bit of a success story. For the last 4 or 5 years of my life, I've been almost obsessed with this woman I dated when I was about 17. We dated for 2 years and ended it. We both severed around that time and decided it would be best if we didn't see each other. We both have lots of insecurity issues that play off each other in the worst way possible. By worst way possible, I mean we end up having sex when we both didn't want to, and then end up with one of us crying and the other freaking out. The problem was, each time we severed, we'd end up messing around again and again. No matter the circumstances, we'd end up back together for a short time. And this happened at least 3 times so far. My buddy even has a series of dates set on his phone to predict the cycle because he's an asshole like that. Of course, the problem is each time we'd sever, I'd freak out, get really uncomfortable, run to the nearest person I can, have sex with them on the first date, and then end up dating them. As you can imagine, the kind of person that would be okay with this must be pretty messed up themselves. No offense to them. They have all been sweet, caring people who just have their own issues, other than that one, that is. The biggest problem is all of these relationships have been exceedingly self-destructive and entirely based around me trying to feel better about my life while forcing a relationship. The worst part is I eventually get in contact with the other girl. I end up freaking out about my life and relationship. Then end it with that person I am with the time and go running back to the other girl. Now, I know what you're saying, Jimson. What's to stop it from repeating itself again? It's pretty obvious you're a creature of habit. I mean, it's been a week since you stopped talking to her? I bet you have some arm candy laying next to you right now. The answer to that would be nay. I feel different this time. Every time it's happened before, I've been plagued by insecurities and end up moping around, complaining to everyone, sometimes crying. Like a big manly man, I assure you. This time, I feel serene. I do not feel upset and kind of sad about how it happened, but I also feel happy. I I feel like a huge weight has been lifted from my shoulders. I know this is terrible to say about someone I love, but I almost feel like my need to be with her was just a crutch for my insecurities the entire time. Mainly because she fulfilled my need to care for people and was receptive to my creepy feelings that I wasn't worth anything unless I felt sexually desired. Also, I know this doesn't mean anything in the long run, but I sort of had a mini date with this person I knew from school. We hung out at her house. She made dinner. We went back and tossed a football around for a good hour or two and played silly card games. It was pretty obvious that she would be more than receptive to the idea of having sex, but I decided against even pursuing it, focusing more on the fact that she's a neat person who I never really got to know from school, deciding instead to get to know her first. Not in some kind of creepy, well, if I get to know her, then it pretty much cements the idea that I'll have sex with her. More of a wow, this person is genuinely intriguing, and I don't feel awkward or like a terrible person when I'm around her. Don't worry, I am not attributing this to her or anything. I just couldn't think of a better way to phrase it. I guess I am really just looking for encouragement on this new journey I am attempting to embark on, even if it's just, hey, you terrible goon, you. Good job on being an obsessive and sad sack, and stopping it at the last possible moment. I know that was a lot of text, so here's what you've been waiting for. Goon Supreme attempts to sever, wants support or encouragement.